What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Apocalypse Movies. We are here to do a review of the movie Vice, the Adam McKay directed film starring Christian Bale, Steve Carell, Sam Rockwell, Amy Adams. Great, fantastic lead cast. I'm looking forward to this movie so much, especially after... what was it called?
The Big Short?
Big Short. I was going to say Big Money, but Big Short. I'm Jacob Bartley, by the way. This is Keith Barnes, and we're here to talk about it. This will be a non-spoiler review. I mean, it's kind of weird because it's based on historical events. So, fiction. What are we going to spoil that people can't look up online? But anyways, we're going to go ahead and talk about it. First and foremost, did you enjoy this film? Did it live up to your expectations?
Yes. No, I did enjoy it. I don't know about the expectations. I didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
It filled in a lot of stuff I didn't. There's stuff, obviously, just if you follow the news a little bit. Dick Cheney was the vice president under George Bush from 2001 to 2009. And then, just whatever you knew about him. I didn't know. The most famous thing was the shooting.
Yeah.
For me, anyway, and that was crazy. I didn't know the full details of that. But other than that, as far as the way he kind of conducted business and the most powerful vice president in history, as they were calling him, I didn't necessarily know that about him. I knew he was kind of a, I don't want to say shady, but...
a questionable human being. I guess that's the most respectful way to say it,
Interesting guy, and... listen, Christian Bale's performance was amazing. I mean, he looks exactly
absolutely
like him,
incredible.
Sounds exactly like him.
Yeah.
It was pretty dead on. So I enjoyed that.
So for me, I was like a kid to young teenager during his actual time as vice president. The thing for me, there's a reason why I knew his name.
Yeah.
You don't know most, like the general public doesn't really know most vice presidents' names.
Yeah.
I knew his name. I knew about that shooting thing and stuff like that. The thing for me is it's hard to watch this movie and say, now I know everything about Dick Cheney. We don't know what was portrayed correctly and what wasn't.
And they pointed it out right at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a movie. It's technically a fictional film based on some true events. That's what it is.
Historical fiction.
So I'm looking at this as a movie. Yeah. And you could hypothetically say, let's just say it wasn't based on true events and Dick Cheney's a fictional character. Yeah. And is the movie good? Absolutely. Yeah. It's a really good movie. It has those Adam McKay-isms in it, and some of those moments were maybe some of the moments that I didn't like so much.
Okay.
Sometimes I think they were too much, because for me, I think general movie-going audience members go to this as looking at it as a historical biopic, traditional film, in that sense, right? Yeah. So they go like they're watching Lincoln or something like that. But
I don't think this is that.
And I know it's not, because it has that. They don't know who Adam McKay is, like general public moviegoers. So they see it, they're like, whoa, why did this movie randomly just do a Shakespeare soliloquy? Spoilers, I guess. Why is there random parts in the movie that what's going on? We know who Adam McKay is, so we're like, this is hilarious because it's Adam McKay. But then I'm like, that
happens in the
exactly.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
There's a
first
part
30
in
minutes,
it's so it's hard to judge it in a sense, but overall I really enjoyed the movie. I really did, and it's mostly because of the performances. Because Christian Bale is freaking amazing. Right now, he's my front runner for Best Actor. Right now.
Probably.
Right now, he's my front runner for Best Actor.
Anyone...
There's some movies I haven't seen yet, but we'll get to that. Amy Adams was incredible as always.
Wow.
Sam Rockwell was barely in the movie,
that was a low.
He was great. I love his portrayal of George W. Bush. I loved it. Yeah. And Steve Carell was really good as well.
Donald Rumsfeld.
I wouldn't be surprised if Steve Carell gets a Best Supporting Actor nomination.
I think he should.
And you never know. Amy Adams might get. I don't know if it's worthy, but she might get one based on the other people worthy of a nomination. But this is definitely a award season movie. I'm curious though. Do you think it's Best Picture, Best Director worthy?
For direction?
I'm torn on those things. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure about Best Picture. Direction, maybe?
I could see that. Because it is crafted very well.
It is, and it covers a long stretch
I love the way it is telling this story, filling in things with, the way they imagined it, the fictional elements or the unknown elements, filling those in. Right. Telling this story of Dick Cheney as a biopic, but also being a historical film. I believe they use archival footage in this movie.
Yeah, they did.
So the way they use archival footage is amazing. And just the thing for me is like, I don't know what's true and what's not.
Right.
But it did open my eyes. It did show you what Dick Cheney's power was. And I don't think that's a lie. What his power was. Yeah, and I could totally see the way they show him manipulating things in the movie. I could see that being somewhat realistic.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
We know the things that did happen, the historical events that did happen, and the way they show how that presidency and involving Dick Cheney was involved in those things makes sense.
And seemingly, and based on, again, kind of following what I knew about news, was George Bush kind of clueless about a lot of this stuff? And it seems like maybe he was. It kept a lot of stuff.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. And the messed up thing about that is people just blame George Bush for those things. I was
just about to say that.
You know what I mean?
And he knew that.
I remember growing up when I was a kid, everybody always talking crap about George Bush.
Bush bashing.
Exactly. And it's like, I mean, we don't know any president, but I always just thought George Bush doesn't seem like that type of guy. Yeah. Like I just always felt that way.
And if you follow him now, he seems like he's he and Michelle Obama, he's good friends with the Obamas and
well, I think now he's seen in a better light than he was.
He was,
honestly.
There's a reason, but whatever. But a lot of the stuff about the missing, not a spoiler, but it's part of the news. But some of the missing emails and stuff, and which is that kind of stuff, which is clearly true.
There are things that are facts that are undisputable,
right?
And those things are we know that.
Thing. I actually didn't fully know about that. I'd heard about it, but it's one of those things that kind of doesn't get as covered as well as you.
You know what really worked for me, and what I think is going to help, like in Adam McKay being like Best Director nomination, is the way the story was told, and how that played into the story of the movie, especially at the end.
Yeah.
Yes. See, I didn't know certain things about Dick Cheney's personal life that played into me being surprised in this movie.
Yeah.
And I loved that. There was a shocking moment in this film. I was like, whoa. Yeah, well, there's that, and then there's with the narrator.
Yes, I didn't know that at all.
Was
amazing.
No idea. Yeah. And I love how they set it up in the beginning.
That was very well done, yes.
How they set it up in the beginning and how it pays off in the end.
That was great.
That was well done. And for me, like, overall, Vice, I don't think it's going to be in my top 10 movies of the year, but it's close. It's in my honorable mentions. It's in my honorable mentions. Okay. But so you do recommend it as a film?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And, if nothing else, just politics aside, just you see the great performances. Obviously, Christian Bale. Yeah. Every time he's in anything, he goes 150%. So, and Amy Adams is one of the top 2 or 3 actresses, I think, in Hollywood.
Yeah, I agree. And I just think, the only things for other people, the Adam McKayisms might be a little bit too much.
Yeah.
If you're politically biased, it might determine whether you enjoy this movie or not.
Yeah.
And then also, I do think, like, for some people, there's a little slow moments. I wasn't bored at all.
No.
But I think some people might get bored. But if you just want to see a good movie, I definitely recommend seeing Vice.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, that's going to do it. We enjoyed this film. If you've seen it, let us know what you thought in the comments section. Do you think it's a good movie? Do you think it's not? Do you think it's Best Picture worthy? A lot of people, there's some buzz going around about this movie. I think it's really, really good. Yeah. Thank you for watching this video. I'm Jacob Barley. This is Keith Barnes. We are Apocalypse Movies. See you guys next time.